Well, good morning, class. My name is Mr. Lewis, and I will be your professor for our study through the topic of teams and virtual teams, kind of looking at these from a leadership perspective and how we might operate in leadership and on teams more effectively. Uh, as I said, my name is Mr. Lewis. I'm excited that you are joining us for this summer term, and I wanted to go through, give you heads up on a couple of things just to set the course for where we're going and kind of give you some pointers to have a good start to our term together. So one, our course aim. So what exactly are we trying to do? You'll notice in my videos, I talk with my hands. I can't help it. I've tried before. So if it's distracting, I just want to apologize up front. So back to our course aims. What do I hope that you leave the course, having studied teams and virtual teams, being able to do better in your place of work, to operate better within the various functions that we find ourselves in throughout our lives. So settings like church or sports teams or different committees or family dynamics, all those things. Anything where we are interacting with a consistent small group over and over, I want us to leave our time together being able to operate in those spaces more effectively. It's kind of our baseline. And then also for those that step into a leadership position or are currently in a leadership position in any of those settings, my hope and my goal is that you will have a better understanding of team dynamics, that you might be more effective in leading the teams that you find yourselves with, that you will understand where various people are coming from and the dynamics that they bring to the table. That way, the work that God has called you to do, whether that be in church or family or life or work, any of those settings, the work that God has called you to do can be done to His glory more efficiently and effectively through the material that we're covering this summer. So that's my hope, that's my prayer, that we really find ourselves being more effective for the kingdom through this particular topic. Because the reality is, and we have seen it more and more coming up through the last few years, but we know this looking back at human history, human beings are made to interact with one another. We are relational beings. Even the most introverted person on the planet cannot effectively go through life without interacting with other people. And so with interactions with other people being a necessity of life, we find ourselves consistently drawn into teams where we work with the same group of people over and over that we might reach effective goals. And so with that being the reality that we have to interact with people and our natural inclination is to draw together with those that we might work with consistently for a greater good, I find this topic to be ever increasing in its strategic importance for us as learners, for us as leaders and employees, and for us as believers in Jesus Christ. So that's kind of my aim of where I hope to take us. I hope that you'll see a lot of our discussion posts, a lot of our different things that we'll discuss don't just stick into the corporate world. They don't just stick into the work world, but they have these tie-ins to family and life that are significant. And so I hope that you see the broad application of this course as well. Just to give you a little bit of background on me, kind of where I've come from, what has led me to teach this course. I'm married. My wife and I, we will celebrate 9 years over the course of our time together this summer. And we have 3 kids. Right now, their ages are 5, 3, and 1. So we've got a full house, head on a swivel. I never know kind of what's coming next. It's a load of fun, but it certainly keeps us on our toes, and we find ourselves tired at the end of most days, as I'm sure many of you can relate. I attended Union University. I actually attended Union University twice. I got my bachelor's and my master's degree from Union. And so my master's is particularly in education, which makes teaching courses like this tremendously fun for me, being able to utilize the different things that I have learned through my master's of education. Currently, I work at Union. I'm a member of our information technology team. Now, if you reach out to me and you ask me to fix your computer, you are reaching out to the wrong person. What I run is our admission software. So all of the applications that you would have used to enter this program, those were kind of managed and oftentimes designed by me in our office. And so that's kind of my niche within the Union world, the Union family. And I'm a huge Golden State Warriors fan, so this is an exciting time as playoffs are underway. Actually, when I am recording this, it's the first round of the playoffs, so maybe they're knocked out by now. Maybe the Grizzlies or the Lakers got us, and this video will be outdated by the time you watch it. But it's certainly exciting days around our house. Things that will be happening this semester. The bulk, the bread and butter of this course is going to be our discussion posts. I love online classes. I think they are wonderful for the flexibility that they give people like you, adult learners, that I certainly could not dedicate time away from my 9 to 5 in order to be in a traditional classroom. So I love this setting. But one thing that it lacks that we work hard to simulate in the online platform is discussion. One of the key ways that we learn is not just from me sitting here in this setting or standing in a traditional setting and lecturing. That is one way to learn, but it is not effective for everyone, and it's certainly not the most effective way that we can learn everything. One key way that we learn is from one another, through discussion, through people coming at different topics from different angles, from different life experiences, and learning from one another. And so those discussion posts are going to try their best to really simulate that reality. So discussion posts will be due by Thursday of every week. The first few weeks, just kind of buckle in. They're a little bit heavier on discussion posts. The first 3 weeks, I think there's 2 discussion posts each week over the first 3 weeks. Your discussion post is in response to a topic in the material that we are learning for that week, and it needs to be 400 words in length. The reason why we ask you to get that in by Thursday at midnight is so that everyone has time to then do a 200-word response to a classmate. So each week, for any given topic, you're writing 600 words, 400 of your own ideas and 200 in response to something someone else has said. And then the first few weeks, that'll be doubled, where we're writing 2 discussion posts, 1,200 words. I know it's a lot of writing, it's a lot of typing. I understand that, but there's not a more succinct way for us to start to stimulate some of that discussion. And really, that means that what you are going to pull out of this course is partially dependent on you. I think the lectures are strong. I think they're good. I think that they bring a lot of value to the class. But what I see time and time again when I teach this course is that if you will commit to the discussion posts, if you will commit to writing thoughtful and meaningful responses to your classmates, then you will pull and you will glean so much more out of this class. I know what many of you are sitting there thinking because it's been said to me all my life. Are you sure you are old enough to be teaching this class? Yes, I'm 33. I have my master's. I've been in this for a while, but routinely we will get folks that are older than me, that are sometimes significantly older than me, that have been working in very different settings than I have been for years. And what we have the opportunity to do, what I have the opportunity to do, what you have the opportunity to do, is to learn from people who have different insights than you, sometimes even more wisdom than you. And that is a good thing. That's what we see throughout the scriptures, of learning from one another, from particular from those that are just a little bit further down the road than you in various settings. So that's my hope, that we will really commit to the discussion post. Module 4, we're going to have a paper on nonverbal communication, so kind of file that in the back of your mind, that Module 4, there won't be discussion posts, but rather this paper. And then Module 6 is a little bit different. Module 6 is a virtual team exercise. Now, I'm not going to make you work with your actual classmates in this class because schedules can be so hard to coordinate, to figure out. What is much easier typically is folks in your family or in your friend group. And so just kind of have in the back of your mind that in Module 6, you are going to be a team leader for your individual hypothetical virtual team. You'll need to meet once with a group of 2 to 3 of your family members or friends in a virtual setting, and there'll be a topic that you are working through, and then a reflection that you're doing. It's set up as a quiz, but really it's in lieu of a paper, just to give you some more direction on what I'm looking for there. So answer those questions well as we get to Module 6. Module 7 will be a lighter week, so if you have anything that you are scheduling, do it for Module 7, since that is going to be significantly lighter than the other weeks. And then Module 8 is the final exam. That'll be a quiz final exam, no essay questions. It's going to be multiple choice, open book, open note. Nothing too strenuous there at the end. But you will have to go through the lectures. You will have to go through and take notes throughout the course. If any of you have taken or are taking APS 201, Learning Strategies, another course that I'm teaching, we have a whole module on note-taking. Refer back to that and kind of think through how you might take effective notes for you, knowing that we have that final exam coming up at the end, and it is very fact-based. It is not necessarily heavy on application, but rather heavy on the facts, making sure we really nailed those down throughout our time together. Well, that's what I've got so far for you. Really, this is just a welcome, kind of setting expectations. Take some time as you're waiting for Module 1 to open up. Read through the syllabus, get those things down on a calendar, when those due dates are going to be. Start to kind of frame your mindset going into the semester, knowing that the discussion posts are going to be vitally important, both to your grade and to the effectiveness of the course. Just kind of spend some time working through those various realities. And then Monday morning at 8 a.m., we actually open before that, but most of you Monday morning at 8 a.m. Will start to log in, get through Module 1, get started, and just know I'm really looking forward to getting to know you all better, to walking through this material, hopefully seeing how we can be more effective workers for the kingdom through our time together, and know that if you need anything, my contact is here in the Meet Your Professor tab. It is throughout the course, reminders of how to email me, how to reach out via phone. So if you need anything, please don't hesitate to call, and I'll be checking in on everybody throughout the semester. So make it a great term, and have a great day.